All right, let's jump right in. Today, we are tackling one of the biggest, oldest, and maybe most profound questions humanity has ever asked. What happens after we die? We're going to explore this whole mystery by looking at it from a bunch of different angles, from what science is discovering to what ancient spiritual traditions have been saying for centuries.
This isn't just some abstract philosophical idea. It's deeply personal. It's a question that has shaped entire cultures, religions, and really the way we all think about our own lives.
So, this is the heart of it, right? Where do we go? Is it just lights out, or is it more like heading to the next destination? In this explainer, we're going to map out some of the most compelling answers out there, pulling from both scientific research and these incredibly detailed spiritual guides.
So where do we even begin? Well, let's start at the very moment it happens, the moment of death itself. What exactly is going on in those first critical minutes? The accounts are fascinating because they are so different. Let's compare two major perspectives.
And right away, you can see this stark contrast. From a scientific standpoint, it's a biological process. The heart might stop, but the brain gets this final surge of activity. Some researchers think this could actually be what's behind near-death experiences. But then you have the spiritual view, which describes a conscious transition. It's not a shutdown, it's a peaceful separation of your essence, what some traditions call thantik, or consciousness, from its physical home.
Okay, so for those who believe that consciousness keeps going, that moment of departure isn't the end of the story. It's the start of chapter 2, an incredible new journey. So let's explore this idea of an in-between state.
And one of the most detailed roadmaps for this journey comes from Tibetan Buddhism. They call this state the Bardo, or Tantrung. Now, this isn't really a place. It's a state of being that's said to last for 49 days. It's a time when your consciousness has to navigate all these profound experiences that will literally shape its entire destiny.
And when you look at the timeline, it's this incredibly structured, step-by-step process. It starts with this encounter with a pure, brilliant light, the very essence of reality itself. Then come these encounters with all sorts of figures, some peaceful, some pretty terrifying. But here's the key part. These aren't supposed to be external gods or demons. They're said to be projections of your own mind, basically reflections of your life's karma. Now, this is where it gets really fascinating. Towards the end of this Bardo journey, your consciousness is faced with a choice. But it's not like picking from a menu. You see 6 different colored lights, and each one leads to a different realm of rebirth. According to the texts, you're just instinctively drawn to the light that matches your own karmic energy. So a life well lived might pull you toward the bright, clear lights, while a more troubled life might find the dimmer, smokier lights more familiar.
So, the Tibetan Bardo is this really profound, almost mystical journey. But it's not the only map out there. Other spiritual sources, some of which come from things like hypnotic regression, describe a process that feels more like a cosmic debriefing session.
Yeah, in this view, the afterlife is basically a spiritual school. First, you do a life review. You watch every single moment back, not to be judged, but just to understand the lessons. Then you get to rest and heal. And finally, and this is the wild part, you actively help plan your next life. You choose the challenges, the people, everything you'll need for your own soul's growth, usually with some help from these super evolved spiritual guides.
Okay, so after you've navigated the Bardo, or you've graduated from Cosmic Classroom, where do you end up? What are the potential final destinations on the map? I mean, just look at the range of possibilities here. It's kind of mind-blowing. The purely scientific view says we just decompose and return to nature. End of story. Buddhism talks about a cycle of rebirth, with the ultimate goal being to break free from that cycle entirely. The New Age view sees us coming back to Earth for more lessons, and some scientists are even kicking around the idea that our consciousness might just persist as information in a quantum field, like a cosmic cloud of data. So, regardless of which of these paths seems more plausible to you, or even if you're a total skeptic, all of these ideas kind of funnel down into one really powerful question for us. How should we be living our lives right here, right now? And this quote right here, it just nails the common thread that runs through all of the spiritual perspectives we've talked about. It doesn't matter if the goal is good karma, or learning your soul's lessons, or just evolving. Our time on Earth is framed as something incredibly meaningful and purposeful. This completely flips the script, right? The focus shifts away from a fear of death and moves toward embracing the life we have. Every day becomes this precious opportunity for growth, a chance to create positive energy, and to learn whatever it is we came here to learn. Every little choice, every single interaction suddenly matters on a cosmic scale.
So, I'll leave you with that. If every single moment is a lesson, and every action you take shapes not just your tomorrow, but maybe your entire eternal journey, what would you do differently today? It's a powerful thought to carry with you. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive.
Health is the most precious gift. If this video helped you or someone you love, please like, subscribe, and share so more families can stay safe and healthy.